What's up, everybody? It's your man Shutter King. But anyway, it's your man Shutter King here, and as you can see, I'm outside. I'm on my lunch break, and I decided to just make a video, man. It feels good out here in Louisiana. Got a nice little chill. Got me a nice fresh cut. I wanted to make sure y'all could see it because I was looking a little crunchy in the last video, but now we back on deck. But I wanted to talk to you all about the a6400. It's an amazing camera. And I could finally show you all why I call myself Shutter King. And you could determine whether or not I deserve that title. So I've only been a photographer for a year. And to be quite honest with you, I'm kind of on the downtrend of staying inspired because my main way of taking pictures was kind of taken away from me. My last job was a delivery job, so I was all over Baton Rouge, some part of the surrounding cities, and just all over the place just taking pictures. And now I'm kind of closed in. I am at home a little bit more, and I could maybe go on walks, but shit, when I'm at home, I want to see my family, bro. But that journey started, first of all, I ended up getting my wife a camera. And that was from one of my friends, Trey, when I was working at another place. He was talking about cameras, and that's just kind of been my thing since he mentioned that, because I always wanted to get into it. Never really sat down and looked into it and just put the money aside and did it. And, you know, here I am, a couple months later, after me and him had that conversation. I ended up getting her a Canon. I think it's an R50. That's a pretty good camera too. But I was a little cautious about how they were with the lenses. And I knew I would want to experiment and see what I needed. I needed to figure myself out as a photographer in the first place. So just kind of tethering myself to like not a small amount of lenses, but like just this brand lenses was just not gonna work out for me. And Nikon was a little more expensive in my opinion. Maybe I just was looking in the wrong places. But I feel like with Nikon, you have to kind of not drop a bag, but you gotta put a little bit more down than, you know, with Sony. a6400. This is just a really good camera, straight up, and it did everything that I needed it to do. So, you know, they were the best for me. And I really like the third-party support. So that was just a big thing for me, and I ended up going with them and going with this camera. Since then, I got the a7 IV, and that motherfucker is crazy compared to this. But when I really look back on it, I think about how much I actually needed that camera body as opposed to maybe just sticking with this and getting a better lens. And I'm just here to kind of discuss, you know, how great of a camera it is and how much it means to me, you know, and maybe to debunk a few things, but not really. I'm gonna just be straight up with y'all. So a lot of YouTubers on here, they'll be saying, you know, oh, don't spend the money on the latest and greatest, don't get that, all the while, or saying that you don't need full frame, all the while you look at they shit and they got like the best shit in the market, bro. Like, what is that all about? Like, why are we doing that? But keeping it real, they're kind of right. They're kind of right. Most of your money should be spent on your lenses, but it's nice to have a nicer body. And you need to know what you need a nicer body for. You know, a lot of people say low light and more buttons and stuff, and that's honestly what I mostly got it for. But we'll go into more detail on finding your why and why you may actually strongly want, not need, a full frame camera or something a little more advanced than this. As far as benchmarks and stuff, I'm not gonna fucking do that, bro. Y'all already know that, dog. Like, y'all done looked this up, y'all done y'all research, y'all already know about this camera. And if you on the fence about it and you like a new person, like you new to the game, bro, get the fucking camera, bro. But I won't recommend the kit lens because I'm not gonna say it's a complete piece of shit, but there are better lenses that are actually affordable, and this is just not it, bro. This kit lens is not it. I purchased it because I needed something a little wider, and that's I kind of found my why with that one. I like to shoot wide photos, and I'm pretty sure that's like a dead take. Probably everybody likes to shoot wider, but that was one of my biggest things. I like getting a bigger picture, you know what I mean? And I know I said I wasn't gonna touch benchmarks, but like as far as battery, I don't know what kind of work y'all doing, but the battery just works fine for me. I used to work 8-hour shifts, driving around, didn't need to charge it through the day. I was taking maybe 200 or 300 pictures a day. On a bad day, I'm taking at least 100 of them. So I'm not pushing it to the max and doing bracketed shots where you're taking 50 shots at one time. Most of the time I didn't need to do that because my subjects were still. Now the use case for other things may push it more to the limit. And I haven't really pushed this camera to know all that. But I do know for general use, if you're just starting off, if you're just getting into the game, taking a couple of portraits here and there, it's gonna give you everything you need. Maybe get a battery for backup, you know, because I might just be a light user and don't really know it, but it's been doing fine for me. As far as image quality, I feel like that really depends on the lens that you get, but I can show you better than I tell you. See there? The camera do its thing. And there's no sense of lying about it. It's a good camera, nice size. But I can't say I won't say it struggles in low light, but you know, that's where you kind of see the limitations of the camera. And you can't really fault it for that. It's really good, but you know, you kind of know what you're getting yourself into when you're dealing with APS-C. But if you're never gonna be in a situation like that, why would you even fault it? You know, make sure you're lighting good and you're all right. Make sure you got some good glass on it and you good. And here is a close look at this beautiful specimen with the kit lens. The kit lens is not that great. I'm gonna say that again. If your camera comes with the kit lens, maybe find another package that doesn't have it and buy the camera by itself and get a lens later. But we'll lay off the kit lens. Just as far as how it looks, it is so great. I think it's a very pretty camera. You got your alpha in that upper right hand corner. You got your NFC, I think it's NFC. Apparently this isn't in the new cameras. So, you know, just keep that in mind, guys, if that's a really big important thing for you. You have the focus dial if you need correction. Let's say you wear glasses and you can't really see and you don't have your glasses on, well, you know, you can change the dial and have them make some adjustments. I think I can see my, yeah, that's my cameras in there. So the electronic viewfinder leaves a little bit to be desired. I think there's a way to record that, and I'll get into that maybe in the future, but as of right now, I don't know. The screen is pretty small. Did not bother me when I had it. It's not the end of the world. If you don't compare to things that you hear or you see and you accept it for what it is perfectly fine. We have the older Sony menu. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not gonna say I prefer this one over it, but I don't think Sony does menus very good. This one is not bad. I actually like this one over the last one. Not the last one, the newer one. But that's neither here nor there. But it's all a preference thing. It did take some time to adjust to the new menus. Maybe it's because I used the old one so far. I don't know. I just felt like things were better and easier to find places. But also, there are more options on the newer camera that I have. I think this button is really cool. It is out of the way and it has a specific function. If I ever wanted to make a video, I know where to find it, and I just like how it kind of dinks the camera a little bit. It's really cool. So you got your trash button down there, media button, all your other stuff. You all know all this. You got your autofocus, multifocal, autofocus, manual focus switch, and AEL. I forgot what the hell AEL was. I'll be honest with you. This is your flash. It is not worth shit. Got your dials here. Basic dials. You've seen this before. Got a nice little clicky action to it. And I miss this menu describing which one you are on. I guess they figure if you want a newer camera, you don't really need it. I use this dial specifically to adjust my exposure. This is my exposure dial. This is a button that I use it to switch on electronic viewfinder mode and regular mode. Well, screen mode. Got some nice, not a nice clicky switch. That's pretty good. And I got the forgot what they were called. My wife got it for me, but it's a really good strap. It's really expensive. It's worth every penny. You got one SD card slot. I know a lot of people are a stickler for having the multiple SD card slots, but dude, come on. It's just not a big fucking deal, bro. Like, if you're just getting in the game, this is a fantastic camera. And I think I want to do some more recent shots with my Rokinon. That is like my favorite lens, so the Rokinon 35. This one again, it's just not worth it. I just have it on there for aesthetics, because who wants to see a naked camera, right? But yeah, this is just like a look at it. If you kind of wanted to just get an idea how it's looking, how big it is. I know people got big, ugly, stupid fucking hands, and they always complain about ergonomics with Sony. Don't fucking listen to them. Grab it and see how you feel about it, and see if you're comfortable with taking pictures with it. It was absolutely not an issue with me. I have normal size hands. I'm not a fucking goblin. All right, everybody, it's time to talk about the boss, the Rokinon 35 1.8 millimeter. Got that nice 1.8 mils, get you some nice background blur when you're taking your portraits or whatever. This is a fantastic lens. This lens is so badass, and you could say what you want about Rokinon. They're affordable and they nice little pick-me-ups to carry around. Now, this is prime lens. So with prime lenses, that means you're not gonna be able to zoom in and out. You're gonna have to use your feet if you want to get a little closer and move back. If you want to, you know, get further back. I heard a lot of people saying that you should kind of start off with 50 to 55 mils to kind of see where you want to go with it as far as photography. And I thought that was a pretty cool idea. So when I say that and say that this is a 35, remember guys, if you're new, it's a crop sensor on the Sony a6400. So whatever lens you're gonna get, times that number by 1.5, and there you go. So with this one, for example, you get like 54, 50. It's gonna crop what you got and zooming in just a little bit. But yeah, back to this lens. In my opinion, it's really sharp, really convenient. I paid like under $300 for it. I got it used. It has the caps and everything on it, but I don't know where it yet. I need to get it together. So yeah, really, really good lens. I would highly recommend it, just straight up. You know, a lot of people like to dance around. Oh, what should you get? Look, I'm saying get this lens. If it's at an affordable price, see if you like it. But like I said earlier, keep in mind, you gotta use your feet. It's not a zoom lens like the other ones. This paired with the a6400 was just like the pinnacle. That was the start. That's why I kind of fell in love with it. I still use it to this day, and I've had 6 lenses. Six is not like a whole lot, but I can say this was my absolute favorite one. So yeah, Rokinon 35 1.8. I owe a lot to it. So yeah, get it if you're interested, guys. Don't hesitate. It's a very good lens. All right, my video heads. I ain't forgot about y'all. So I don't have a mic plugged up to it. Right now we 7.1 aperture. I got it at -3. Let me turn that -3 exposure is what I meant. I'm gonna put it on 0, see how we looking. Now if you recognize where I'm at, y'all please don't come kill me or harass me. I'm just trying to make a video for y'all. And y'all video heads, y'all not making no fucking movies. So if you think this is not perfect, it's not. It's Rokinon, bro. It's cheap. But at the same time, I'm fine with the quality. I like the quality. It's nice to me. And like I said, bro, y'all not making no videos. Crawl before you walk. Worry about what you're shooting rather than how it look. Now, if it look bad, like really bad to you, I understand that. I ain't trying to say settle, but at the same time, lower your expectations. Well, y'all tell me what y'all think. Look at that. I think it look juicy. Look at that dynamic range. I also don't know very much about video, so if it's something I'm off on, y'all let me know. But yeah, this is how we doing it. You can also kind of think about the stability. I am just taking a normal walk. I don't have a, what do they call them, gimbals or whatever they use to record their videos, but this is how we coming. I hope this video was helpful for you all to determine whether or not shooting video with this camera is in your best interest. Those points that I was making, I didn't really elaborate when I said you got to kind of find your why, and I want to get back into that now. So I spent about $240 on the lens and about maybe $696, we'll just say $700 on the camera. That's maybe put like $1,100 to the side, you know, a little, get you a bag or something. But you know, I think a lot of experts these days, they'll look at that like that ain't really shit. But realistically, that's a lot to say you trying to get into a hobby. And I'm pretty sure they got cheaper options, but I wanted something that was like right at the baseline of quality. And I can't say that's quality. That's a quality camera, and that's a quality lens in my opinion. I'm not shooting weddings and shit with it. We just starting the game, so we need something that's gonna be different from our phones, and I feel like that's completely different. Now, I will say, earlier I was talking about the why. So you need to kind of have a why if you want to go up the full frame. First of all, get that camera straight up. Just go buy it. Go buy it if you're thinking about getting it. If you think it's cool. If you can't afford it, they got cheaper options. But, you know, that's like the lowest I would go. But just keep looking. You'll find something. But anyway, you have to kind of find your why if you wanted to go to full frame. If you're intermediate and you're watching this video, I don't know what you're going to watch in this video. You might just want to check me out. And you kind of felt like you wanted a better body. Okay, so why you need that better body? For me, it was the low light. But realistically, when I got the bigger body, I wasn't really doing too many shots in low light. But you can notice how prettier it is. Well, not prettier, but it looks a lot better in low light because of that bigger sensor. Another thing for me, better electronic viewfinder. I did like that it was in the middle of the a6400 viewfinder in the middle. Do like that. More buttons, bro, because I had functions that I wanted to do, but I had to maybe go into the menus and do all that other stuff. Sometimes I just want to press a button and turn automatically to my electronic viewfinder, or go back to my screen when it's on the electronic viewfinder. And that's a little more difficult when you don't have that many buttons. I actually liked having like a bigger body. This feels more serious. It feels like I'm more of a photographer. Look at this. Look at that grip. I wanted that. I really don't know why I love this dial so much, but you know, okay, aside from the low light and aside from more buttons, I wanted to shoot wider pictures. And it may sound contradictory because I wanted to get into shooting birds, but at the same time, like, you got more reach with the crop sensor. So say you get I had 100 to 400 millimeter lens, and I wanted to shoot birds. It actually you would have had more. I had more reach on my crop sensor. Remember what I told y'all earlier? It's gonna zoom in for you automatically. But with that full frame camera, you got the option to go in APS-C mode, or you can go back to like the full frame, get your full wide shot at the risk of some of your megapixels. Now, megapixels is another thing. Like, if you're shooting birds, you want to have it to where, you know, you can kind of crop, because you're not gonna always get like as close as you want to get with the birds. But since then, I realized I don't really have the patience to go out and shoot birds like talking about it. But what I consistently like throughout my entire thing is being able to shoot wider pictures. I just like getting the full grasp of what I'm looking at. I like architecture. I probably should know how to say that off the dome. But anyway, I like that. Buildings, you know, still life. I just like shooting wide. And I like to do really pretty landscapes. I have some of those as well. But those are from my a7 IV. So I don't want y'all to get confused when I do show y'all those images. But yeah, you need to kind of have your why, and your why got to be a strong why. Because I spent nearly $2,000 on the a7 IV, and it took me a while to save that up. I ain't really saving it up. I was using refunds, checks, and shit, being trifling. But, you know, some of y'all really got to save that up. So make sure it's worth it. if you can go to a Best Buy and you can look at it and you can test it out, everybody not able to do that, hold on to it, look at it, you know, check it out. There are cameras that are better than the a6400, but not as great as the a7 IV, and you can go up from the a7 IV. They got even better cameras than that. All of that is not really necessary for me. The a7 IV fits my needs, but you got the a6700. If you still like that smaller body style, but you wanted a couple of more bells and whistles, you can get that as well. I'm just saying, start your journey off, be comfortable with it, figure out what you want and what you need and what you like in photography. Figure that part out before you spend an arm and leg on your equipment. I will say sometimes I pick that thing up and I get to going with it, you know, because it's just quick, it's easy. You pick it up, you put it in your pocket if you got a small enough lens, but that's not realistic. So yeah, y'all, good luck on your journey. I hope you enjoyed this review. Like I said, the a64 is a fantastic camera. It's a good camera if you're starting off, and I feel like you could go to intermediate. If you're shooting portraits of people, make sure you know what you're doing. Make sure you got good glass with it, and you can do them portraits until whatever. Now, if you're shooting weddings and stuff, I don't have the experience to tell you whether or not you're doing the right thing, but I feel like if you're shooting a wedding, you already kind of know what you're doing. Maybe you're doing like a little put together wedding and you want to start with that. I don't know if I recommend or not recommend the a6400 in that instance, but good luck, y'all. You got it. Believe in yourself. You are a photographer. Put these phones down, go out, see the world, smell the flowers. The weather getting good, go out for a walk, you know, take some pictures. Spend times with your kids, read books to your kids. I know this don't have nothing to do with photography, but I really just want to encourage all of you all to put more time into your hobbies and put more time into the people in your lives. You know, life is so short. All right, don't let the devil steal your joy. Y'all take care.